This is Leo, Atheist at Large, here in Chicago. In response to theoretical bullshit, beyond comprehension. I think he's got the wrong name there. It should be theistical bullshit, because he finds it and he calls it like it is. Beyond comprehension is something that a lot of Muslims have been using, Islamos, and Christians are tagging along too. And that is that their God is beyond our comprehension. Our comprehension is us atheists, disbelievers, agnostics, etc. A weak faither would include themselves in that, or other faithers. But the strong faither says that it's just that they can comprehend because they have opened their hearts and their minds to their God. Well, this touches on what I've been talking about with the mind virus, the delusions that are caused by the brain, and then that these delusions are backed up with the dopamine levels that are increased with some of this behavior that they're doing with their religious fervor and stuff. With the serotonin levels way out of whack, they'll have episodes, out-of-body experiences, all kinds of things can happen. And then as the increased dopamine levels are evident, then this causes certainty of those events. So when somebody says that's beyond our comprehension, you have to see if they are one of these extreme faithers or if they're a weak faither. If they're a weak faither, then you can just come up to them and say that you ran into a brick wall, you can't fight the critical thought, you can't fight the argument against your faith, against your God, you've run out of reason, you've run out of answers, and now you come up with this. It's a cop-out. The same answer would go for a real deep faither, but you're going to have to try and go a little harder with them, because they're much more severely indoctrinated. The brainwashing and even the brain damage could be actually physical versus operational in the brain. So why would, a God make himself incomprehensible to slaves that he wants to bring into his fold? Why would this God want the inability to see or to understand what it is about? This is what's uncomprehendable or incomprehensible, is that people would actually believe something like that, that the God would act this way, that this God would want to be, incomprehensible to somebody. That just doesn't make sense. If you're going to be a God, you want as many subjects as you possibly can, to feed off of for your ego. So this doesn't make sense, and to a stronger faither, you would have to try and argue that point. So that's kind of my interpretation and insight to the beyond comprehension ploy that faithers are now trying to use. I hope somebody can expand upon it a little better, use it in any type of situation, and if you do, tell us about it here on YouTube. Tell us what your experience is, positive or negative, and then what we'll do is we'll try and work with it and help you out the next time something like that happens. So this is Leo, Atheist at Large, signing off. Take it easy.